welcome to Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and we're here today with another installment of Worldly Wednesday. Yes, I'm doing a trip around the world quilt, and I'm doing it my way, and I'm adding some interesting other blocks. So today what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way, because we've gotten right across as far as we need it to be, which is 17 blocks across. So today we're working on going up and down. Now, this is a little strange on how to do this, but trust me, we're just going to have some fun with it. We did a lot of sewing on this, and this is turning out really beautiful. I'm quite impressed with it already. But first, let's do our shout out. Our shout out is Rachael Brandon. Now, her YouTube channel would probably need some love and encouragement from all of you, so go check out what she's doing on her channel. And you know, it's all about having fun, right? So, you know, tell her that Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore sent you. Now, her channel is going to be in the show notes below. I cannot express to you how important it is to get to those show notes or the description box by hitting that see more button. And it varies from device to device. So me sitting there telling you if it's this, you use this, and you know, you just have to know what your device does, right? But you're also going to find in there, the So Yeah Brothers are doing a charity drive for the homeless people in Alaska. So go to their website there to get more information on that. And that's going to run till August 15th. So that's a really worthwhile one to go into. And the ladies that participated last year had a blast. It was just so much fun. Our collaboration is coming up. And it's July 9th. The blocks start to drop July 9th. I know I'm telling you a little bit ahead of time, but that's okay. And those other people that you have to, like Future Cat from New Zealand, Kelly from Kelly's Quilts and Cruises, and Michelle from Bits and Pieces, you have to follow them to get the next step of the block. And those blocks are just gorgeous. I'm still working on those blocks from that collaboration. And I am just blown away. They're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And let's see, the other thing you gotta find is our Zoom sew dates that happen once a month from now until December. We have lots of fun in those Zoom sew dates. Everybody's invited to come. And if you don't feel like quilting, bring your cross stitch or crocheting or whatever you're working on. It's all good. We just gather to have a good time. Now the Facebook group is also there, and it's growing rapidly. It's a warm, wonderful group, and everybody has so much fun in there. And there's so many community chats going on and fabric swaps. We also set up a virtual sewing room, so you have a virtual sewing date if you want, 24/7, under Discord. Now Discord is an app that you have to download on your device or your computer or laptop or whatever. And the ladies that are participating in that are just having a great deal of fun. So I think that's all. I speak for free to quilt guilds and quilting groups. So if your program person is looking for a speaker for the upcoming year, give them my name. I like to talk about scrap quilts, community, charity quilts, community service quilts, I guess. I'm not sure which they're calling them now. And we just have a lot of fun talking about design elements and all the rest of this stuff. So come on in, let's get to this sewing. Okay, as you can see, we're at the sewing machine, and what I did is I did some pre-sewing. Now, we talked about this as, okay, a light, medium, dark, medium, light, and you're going to follow this pattern along, except now it's starting to shrink from both ends, right? So where we're going to start is we've already gotten this, the quilt has to be 17 across and 23 up and down. So now we got to get to the 23 mark, right? Because we're already 17 across. So 17 squares. So this is kind of what the plan is this. Now we have done all this pre-sewing because you guys already know how to sew little squares together. I'm sure of it. These are all 4.5 inch, and like I really did some damage in my blues, so I'm hoping this will help the blue situation here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start with this one first. Now, what we could do is sew all of these together because we have two sides, and then just sew them onto the bigger piece. That also would work. I mean, it's kind of up to you and how you want to do this. I think what I'll do is I'll stick with this plan, and we'll just flip all of those over, but I want to do one side, and then I'll do the rest off camera. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this up. Now, like I say, it is now long enough, right? Or like wide enough, sorry. It's now wide enough for a twin size quilt. And we're, like I say, I always wanted to make one of these and I never got around to it. So I figured, okay, we'll have to do it this way. So, okay. Now, I don't want to cause a bunch of drag and everything else going on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just line these up here. So the two lights and the two mediums now match up. We don't want that. We want to offset it because we see this way. We're seeing it, the movement this way as we're shrinking it on both sides. So this got sewn up. So we're going to sew all of these down. We're just going to line this up, push this under, and this is over. There we go. And we'll see how this goes today. Now we want to leave a partial seam. We're doing all this by partial seams, right? So we need to leave this open, right? And we'll do the corners last. But I was really surprised how fast this came together when we started doing it. And I don't have to pick a bunch of stuff off the floor. Did I just break my thread? Oh, please, no. No. No, I did not. Oh, yay. Okay, let's see. Okay, here we go. Get that all under. And we're just going to hold this. And I started away from the edge because I do want that as a partial seam. Okay. And I need my scissors, and I cannot find my scissors. Oh, this is going to be a very short day. It's going to be a very long day. Yeah, we've had a very busy week already, and it has been a very trying week, I guess would be the best way to explain it. Okay, so we're just going to take our time matching our seams as we go, nesting them well. You got to nest these well. And there. Now, once we nest the seam, we move. Oh, I gotta get some of this up because it's getting big. It's getting big, so it's becoming a bit of a handful now. Okay, I get this one nested. Oh, yeah, we had fun with this idea. This worked out pretty well. We have another piece block that's coming in to this, just to add a little bit more, you know, keeping with that, you know, that scrappy, happy scrappiness of, oh, there's piece blocks in here and everything else. It's a little different take on a trip around the world, but, and it's a different take on the construction of it as well, right? Now, why I've sewed ahead, you're probably wondering, is I had a bunch of these because I knew what my layout was going to be. It was going to be a light, a medium, a dark, a medium, and a light. So I sewed a bunch of this together before, just to help speed the sewing along, right? Because I knew you're going to have the same kind of layouts throughout the block. Well, and then it's just a matter of, you know, if you don't need the full set of 5, then you can cut off whatever, you know, you can just stitch rip off what parts you don't need. So I thought, okay, and I'm going to make another quilt out of the stuff I cut, because I probably cut too much, because I did some serious damage in my bin of blue scraps. So I thought, okay, yay, this is a good project. This made me happy. We got through a lot of blue. So yes, I'm happy. There we go. Okay. This one's okay. Now we just want to get to about halfway. A little back stitch. There we go. Now take it off. Oops. There we go. And there. Now we just start at the beginning and we get the next piece. The next longest piece. And let's see, I should have sorted these. Yeah, it's, this one was a lot of fun to work with, by the way. This one was. Oh, here it is. Here it is, right on the outside. Okay. There, we'll go like that. And we'll put the other one on the other side. Okay. So when we're doing this now, and you can see we're from last week where we put in the 4 patches and a rail unit to bridge across, because that makes more effective bridge than another 4 patch. So now again, we're not starting here, we're starting one back, and this has all been pressed down, so we are pressing this up. Okay, so this meets up, so we start about halfway and just take our time lining this up, because sometimes a little stubborn for lining up. There we go. And okay, I like to take a little back stitch sometimes when I do partial seams, because we're not going to be finishing this quilt today, right? Like I say, once we get this, you'll see where we're at the corners, and then you'll see how this all comes together. I even found some fabric that was in my stash that had a little bit of embroidery. Look at that cute little rose that's on there, isn't that? I don't know if you can see that cute little rose, but anyways, here we go. Let's get the rest of this done. Yeah, this turned out to be a pretty good project. Now on this row, because you have the light one here underneath, right here, you don't have a light in the middle. So this one goes light, medium, dark, medium, dark, medium, light, right? So that kind of, you're going in, right? You're taking stuff off out of the middle to go in. And you want to make a peak of blues, of different blues, like you want them to sharply peak this way, right? You would do this normally on a trip around the world anyways, but you'd have it all laid out in front of on the floor in front of you, and it just, like I say, you know, every time you go to sew a block on, you've got another, you know, piece of fabric you gotta pick up off the floor. Or, well, if you have a design wall, I guess you can use your design wall. But there we go. And there. Okay. We'll go about halfway, go back, go forward. Okay, get my handy dandy little plug. Here we go. Now, the next one, of course, you see how that blue starts to peak. The next one has a dark middle. And the dark middle is, just a sec, right here. Oh, just like that. Well, maybe I'll use the other dark middle. Because, oh no, I can't use that. I'll use that. No, I'll use that, it's fine. I change around my mind so often some days. Okay, so you don't want to start with this here. You don't want to start it like that. You want to step it back one, so you end up with all the darks lining up now in a V. The darks will now V. So this is kind of a crazy way to do a quilt, but it works. Okay, take your time, nest your seam, line everything up, get everything all nice and flat, and pop that under. Take a little back stitch. Now just cut your plug away. Oh, that goes, yeah, it goes the other way. This row. And there. Okay. Yeah, so this becomes a challenge of kneading your little squares up, which is all fine. You know, we've nested seams many a time, so we don't have that problem. Okay. Now I gotta just get this lined up. Go about halfway. Back forth. There we go. Needle up, pull it apart just there, and then drop your plug under. Okay, next one. See, this was only 5 blocks, so the next one becomes like 3 blocks. And it's very quick. Now you can see where the pale blues are pointing, right? Like they come together that way. Okay, I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna sew on the white first, this white piece first, the top white, because I think that's important. Now, because you've got to do such this a partial seam and this a partial seam, you know, it's kind of like you're doing like all of like the 2 inches in the middle. And that will finish off what we're doing on this side. Then I go to the other side. Okay, now, oops, and my foot dropped off. Okay, there we go. Just like that. Okay, now I'm going to take this and sew it here, just like so. Okay, now is that going, okay, that's going down, so this goes up. Now we take our time, line it all up. Taking your time to line up that first bit is probably very important. You know, it's probably one of the more important things because that's going to determine how well everything stitches. Okay, there we go. Come on, there we go. Okay, here. I found some very cute neutrals for this project, like the one here with the cars. It's just like, okay, let's put that in our quilt. That nothing can be happier than that. Okay, and now we backstitch. There, we get this off here. And here. So I'm going to cut here. I'm going to sew on the other side, as you just saw me do this, right? I'm going to sew on the other side of this, and then I'll be back to show you what we've got, all right? Okay, so we'll be back for a ta-da moment, and then there's going to be another part next Wednesday. Okay, so this is where we are right now. This is where we started with, in the middle, with Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, and then the next week we went around and we did our 4 patches and our rails to turn it on. Now, we are 17 across. We are now currently 23 up and down, right? So what we're basically going to do now next Wednesday is fill in the corner to make it square. But we're also going to have a surprise block that goes in there that's pieced just like something like the triangle. And as promised, the hardest block you're doing is Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, right? That's the hardest block. You've already got, if you've already been sewing along with this, you've already got the hard part done. So from here, this is how we're going to finish these 4 corners. So come on back next Wednesday, and we'll finish up our sewing there. So I hope you have an amazing week until then. Okay, you take care, guys, and I hope life is treating you gently. Okay, bye! Hello again. We just want to thank you for enjoying our video and, you know, coming along with my husband and my YouTube adventure and quilting. And, you know, sometimes things don't work out as best they should, and sometimes they work out great. We're going, wow, that went well. But it's been an amazing journey, and I'm so glad I could share it with you. Share, like, and subscribe these videos. That really helps us out, and it helps us make more charity quilts, okay? So you guys take care until we have a chance to meet again, okay? Bye!